So who are you when you're not performing, right? When you're not trying to impress or achieve or otherwise manage other people's expectations, when you're not holding it all together, leading the room, fixing the thing, when it's just you, right? No role, no mask, just you. Because early on in childhood, we learn how to wear masks, right? The smart one, the strong one, the funny one, the good child, right? The good daughter, the good little son, right? The one who never needs help. We continuously shape ourselves to fit what is rewarded and tolerated in our environment, right? And these are these different identities that we take on also with different people. It might be a different person with our mother, than our father, than with our friends, and all these different people that influence us. Each of these essentially becomes a persona. Right? And persona is a Latin word for mask, right? And it comes from the Greek theater where actors actually wear masks. And you know, those fear masks with the smiley face and the frowny face. You know, they used to have these masks to identify who am I dealing with here right now, right? What is this persona, right? And they're not necessarily a bad thing, right? They help us, they're kind of shortcuts to interaction with other people. Now, they do become a problem when we try and figure out who to be. Right? If you're in a room or you're entering a room or you're meeting someone new, and in a split second, you're constantly trying to figure out who am I supposed to be right now? Right? And if you have multiple personas that are not integrated, this actually leads to neuroticism. Right? This is this whole like, oh my God, who I have to be right now? Right? And the other problem of it is that they're very reactive. On the one hand, that's a really good thing because they're shortcuts to emotional, states and behaviors. But that becomes a problem when these behaviors are not serving us. Right? For example, when someone challenges us and we go right into defense mode, right? Or someone, something feels unsafe and we go right into people-pleasing mode, right? Or we go into shutdown even, right? So we're essentially reacting to an outside thing, and that means our locus of control is also outside of us, right? We're not internally directed, we're not actually being authentic, right? Which is what self-directed, authentic means self-directed. Right? And they help us cope, but they don't necessarily help us lead. Right? And this is where the key is to learn how to understand that we have these personas, but to constantly go back to your own center and choose from there. And you might still put on a mask, you might still talk differently to your mother than you talk to your father or to your boss or to your friend, but the key is to do it consciously, right? To actually do it as from a place of response. I think one of the last sessions, we have this beautiful quote from Viktor Frankl about how in between stimulus and response, there's a space, right? And this is the space where our freedom lives, right? Where we grow and where we can be ourselves and we can actually respond to a situation rather than simply reacting to it, right? Because this is a problem with these masks that if we're just constantly letting ourselves be directed by who we're supposed to be to manage expectations of the people around us, we're not actually coming from a place of ownership and we're giving our power away. Right? And so our power as a leader is not from being perfect, but it's from being present, right? From being really centered in ourselves and first and foremost, really thinking about who am I right now, and seeing these masks is really the beginning of a shift. And it's a shift from persona to actual presence, from being an autopilot, right, to being authentic. And when we make that shift, this is when we not just change how we lead, but when we also change what's possible for us.